All right. So, let's go ahead and review. We got to finish everything on the study guide 1. I haven't taught you this, so we're not going to go ahead and do those just yet. So we have two fractions. So negative 7 over 1 plus 1 times 7 is 7 plus 2 is 9. So I'm going to take negative 7 over 1 plus 9 over 7. I have to have common denominators, times 7 times 7. So this would turn into negative 49 over 7 plus 9 over 7. Negative 49 plus 9 is actually negative 40 over 7. Top number is bigger, so 40 divided by 7, that gives me 5, so that's 35. 5 left over, I get negative 5 and 5/7. So we need to go ahead and order these from least to greatest. In order to do that, I would allow you guys to use a calculator based off of this. So I know that 4 divided by 5 would give me 0.8. So I know that this turns into 0.8. Square root of 2, I just go square root 2. That gives me 1.4. This gives me still 0.1 repeating. Square root 3 gives me 1.7. Now I can actually put them from least to greatest. The smallest number I have is 0.1 repeating. The second number in which I have would be 0.8, 1.4, and then 1.7. Number 17, so negative 3.5, this would turn into negative 3. So square root of 10, square root of 10 gives me 3.1, so negative 3.1. This gives me negative 3 3/4. So I know my whole number is negative 3. So 3 divided by 4 is my decimal part. That gives me 0.7. This gives me negative 3.5. So my smallest number in which I have is my largest negative. There's my smallest. Second largest, negative, third, and fourth. So least to greatest, I know square root of 64 is 8. 8.8. 26 divided by 3 gives me 8.6. And then I know that this is 8. 2 divided by 7 gives me 0.28. So this would be 8.28. So the smallest in which I have would be 8. The second smallest would be 8.6. Second would be this. Third would be 8.6. And fourth would be 8.8. So here we go. 3 times 6. 13 times 6 gives me 78. Plus 9 times 4, 2/3, 7 to the third. 78 plus 9 is 80. This would be 87 times 4 times 2/3, 7 to the third. So I know 7 to the third is 7 times 7 is 49. 49 times 7 would give me 63. That would be 28, 34, so 343 minus. I'm going to take 87 times 4 first. 87 times 4, that gives me 28. That gives me 32, 33, 34, so 348. I'm going to go ahead and multiply that by 2, then divide by 3. So multiply that by 2, that's 16. That's 8, 9. That's 6. And I'm going to divide that by 3. So 3 goes into 6 twice. 3 goes into 9 3 times, which is 9. 0 left over. 3 goes into 6 twice. So that would be 3, 2, or 2, 3, 2. So 343 minus 232. That would be 1, 1, 1, 111. That's without a calculator. I didn't use a calculator. So 2 to the third is 2 times 2 times 2, which is 8. 8 minus 8 is actually 0. So 5 times 0 is 0. Times 5 is actually 0. Solve for each variable. So I know as x matches with 6, x matches with 6, as 25 matches with 8. So that would be 8x equals 25 times 6. That gives me 30. 12, that's 15. Divide by 8. So 150 divided by 8. 8 goes in once. That's 7. Bring down the 0. 8 goes into 70. 8 times. That's 64. So 18. And then, so 18 and, let's just say 18 and 6/8. So I don't have to change that to a decimal. I can change it into a fraction if I want to. So the next one, I have two triangles. So x matches with 15 as 6 matches with the entire side of 10. So that would be 10x equals, this would be 90. If I divide by 10, x equals 9. 70 matches with x as 120 matches with 240. So I can actually reduce this right now. Those zeros could actually cancel. So 240 times 7, that's 28, that's 14, 16, equals 12x. Divide by 12, divide by 12. So 1680 divided by 12. 12 goes into 16 once. 12 goes into 48 4 times. Bring down the 0. 12 cannot go into 0, so we get 140. Find the square root of each. So I'm going to break down square root of 72. 72 would be, I know that would be 2 and 36. I could have done 8 and 9, it doesn't matter. This would be 2 and 18, 2 and 9, 3 and 3. So now I'm looking for pairs. 3 is a pair, so I put that on the outside. 2 is a pair, so I put that on the outside. 2 stays on the inside. 3 times 2 is 6. 6 square root of 2. 32 plus 16, that would be 48. Square root of 48, I can go ahead and break down. That would be 8 times 6. 2 times 4. 2 times 2. This would be 2 times 3. So 2 is a pair, another 2 is a pair, square root of 3 is not. 2 times 2 is 4, so 4 square root 3. What we would do, 3x, so x becomes 4, so square root of 3 times 4 plus 4 times 10. So 12 plus 40, so that would be 52. Now I can take the square root of 52. This would be 2 and 26, 2 and 13, so my pair would be 2 square root 13. Okay? I need to find so that they have the same perimeter. Perimeter is the outside. So if I combine my like terms, x and x becomes 2x. 5 minus 5 is actually 0. 0 minus 4 gives me minus 4. Equals 10 minus 10. That goes away. So I'm left with x plus 16. Subtract x, so x minus 4 equals 16. Add 4 to both sides, x equals 20. Find the perimeter. This would have to be 6, this would have to be x, this would be 2x plus 2, this would have to be x. 2x is 4x, plus x is 6x, 2 plus 2 is 4. This has to be the same as 6 plus 6 is 12, x plus x is 2x, so 2x plus 12. Minus 2x, minus 2x, minus 4, 8 equals 4x, divide by 4, 2 equals x. There are 38 marbles in a hat, 8 green, 12 blue, 18 red. What is the probability of choosing a blue? So choosing a blue would be 12, the total would be 38. If I reduce this by 2, that would give me 6 over 19. That's all I can do. Blue or red, so that means I'm going to take blue plus red, so that would give me 30 over 38. So if I reduce this by 2, that would give me 15 over 19. What about a green or red? Green. So green or red. So green, and that would be 26 over the total would be 38. So if I divide by 2, that would be 13 over 19. What are the odds? Odds is what I want versus what I don't want. So there are 18 red, but what are not red? Green and blue, so that would give me 20. So odds would reduce to 9 over 10. Number 12. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to distribute. 119 over 2 greater than negative 15b plus 3 times 3 is 9. 1 times 2 is 2. Multiply everything by 2. 119 greater than negative 30b plus 9. Get rid of 9, get rid of 9, so that'd be 110 greater than negative 30b, divide by negative 30. If I divide by negative 30, my zeros go away. 11 divided by 3. 3 goes into 11 3 times, which is 9. 2 left over. Bring down the 0. 3 goes into 20 8 times. 3 times 6. So it's about negative 3.6. Where is negative 3.6? Here's negative 3. Negative 3.6 is here. Open circle. How do I pronounce this? B is greater than, because I have to flip my inequality. Negative 3.6 greater than are bigger numbers. Last problem. I'm going to go ahead and distribute. So 18 times 5. But if you notice, my 5s are actually going to cancel, so I'm actually left with positive 18. Okay. Minus negative 5 times 1 is minus 5. Less than or equal to 85. Add 5 to both sides. 18k less than or equal to 90. If I divide both sides by 18, 90 divided, so 18 times, let's try 3, that's 24, that's 3, that's 4, 5, try 4, 32, that's 72. What if I try 5? That's 40, that's 90. So it goes in 5 times. So K is less than or equal to 5 going this way. And we are finally done.